What's going down, folks? It's your boy C back on the sticks once again with another Madden 18 franchise video for you guys. And before we get into the gameplay this week, we've got some personnel business that we have to address. I know a lot of you guys are wondering about the severity of Devontae's injury in the last game. Well, here it is, you guys. Unfortunately, Devontae is going to be out for 10 weeks with a torn bicep. So we've just been dealt our first major injury of the series, and we've got to figure out if we're going to bring in anyone to temporarily fill that spot. Now, here are all the running backs that are currently on the roster. We've got Tevin Coleman, Brian Hill, and we've also got Teron Ward. Now, personally, I think we'll be just fine with the current depth on the roster, and of course, that's barring any future setbacks, any injuries, or anything like that. So I like the idea of starting Coleman and featuring him as our workhorse back, but my only concern is, as you guys are looking at the free agent market, my concern with Coleman is his durability. Is he going to stay healthy, and can he handle a full workload of 25 plus carries a game? Now, for that very reason, I'm thinking about signing Chris Thompson. That way, I'll be able to keep the carries down for Coleman, maybe in the 15 to 20 carry range, and hopefully that'll keep him healthy enough until Devontae comes back in 10 games. So go on ahead and drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think we should do. Should we sign Chris Thompson? Should we sign somebody else? Or do we try to pull off an early season trade? That's another option as well. So go on ahead and let me know what you think we should do. Now, getting into week 3's matchup, we've got a road game against Detroit, and believe it or not, you guys, through 2 games, they are sitting on top of the NFC North. And as you guys saw in the last video, we had a lot to do with that, by the way. Despite it coming down to the final drive, we were able to take care of our business against the Green Bay Packers. And we may just be in store for another game like that, because regardless of what Detroit's roster looks like on paper, through 2 games, they've averaged 24 points a game. So things could get interesting. Now, getting into the gameplay, Stafford takes the snap out of the gun, fires quick to Jones, but the pass is broken up there by Trufant. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 10. Stafford back in the gun with 3 wide receivers, takes the snap, looking for someone to get open, fires quick to Jones again, but the pass is broken up by Robert Alford. And actually, that could have been a drop, but in either case, it brings up a 3rd down. So looking to convert here, Stafford looking to drive it downfield, is picked off by Keanu Neal. The second-year safety out of Florida played that perfectly, dropping back in the zone, playing the tight end, crossing the field, but still keeping his eyes on the quarterback, tracking the ball to his highest point, then he goes up and makes the grab. And he even holds on to it, taking a couple of hits after the play, but that was just a nice play overall by Keanu Neal, and he knows how big that interception was too, because he sets the Falcons up with great field position at the 31. So looking to be aggressive on the first play, Ryan drills a pass downfield complete to Julio Jones, and that brings up a 1st and goal. Ryan then takes the snap out of the gun, trying to wait for a receiver to uncover, tries to hit Julio up top, but the pass is broken up, and that brings up 2nd and goal. Next play, Ryan again looking to go to the air, can't find a receiver, tries to dump it off to Coleman, but that pass again is knocked down and incomplete. That's going to bring up a big 3rd and goal here. We must capitalize on this opportunity. Ryan drops back and fires across the middle of the field, complete to Julio Jones for a score, and the interception by Neal pays off in a huge way. Looking at the replay now, Julio gets a nice release off the line of scrimmage. He's able to find a crease in the coverage, and Matt Ryan puts the ball right on him for 7. So the Falcons take an early lead in this one, going up 7-0, and it's going to be interesting to see how aggressive the Lions choose to be after throwing an interception on their first drive. Now, Stafford and the Lions offense take the field once again on 1st and 10. Stafford drops back, has tons of time, decides to dump it off short to Jones, and despite being pretty well covered, he's still able to make the catch. That was a nice play. So the next play on 2nd and 3, Stafford with the play fake gets sacked by Vic Beasley. The ball pops out, but Theo Riddick is right there to recover it. I'm telling you guys, a turnover right there would have been huge for this Falcons defense. But taking a look at the replay, look at the hit that Beasley puts on Stafford. The way he lands on that right shoulder could have definitely been an injury. But speaking of injuries, for the 2nd week in a row, Kamal Ishmael gets dinged up and has to leave the game. So on the next play here on 3rd and 3, Riddick tries to bounce it outside, but he's going to be tackled just shy of the 1st down marker, and we end up forcing the 3 and out. Now, just so you guys know, this is one of the more glitchy games that I played in Madden 18, so if you guys notice anything weird like the lights in the stadium randomly dimming, just know that that's what I'm talking about. I did my best trying to edit around it, but it happened so many times, it had to be at least 15 to 20 times throughout the recording of this video. So if you guys see it, just know that that's what's happening. So getting back to our drive here, Ryan takes the snap out of the pistol, looking for Sanu across the middle, but the pass is going to be broken up, incomplete, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and long. Ryan then trying to set up the screenplay, but the Detroit Lions are all over that, and that play gets snuffed. So unfortunately, we go 3 and out and give the ball right back to Detroit. A couple plays later into their next drive on 3rd and 6, looking to make a play, Stafford navigating the pocket to buy time, looks up at the last second and has a wide open man downfield as Ebron for the completion, and that's going to set the Lions up deep in Falcons territory at the 21-yard line. So on the next play here, going with the ground game to Riddick, and he runs right into Tack McKinley for no gain on the play. Bringing up 2nd and 10 now. Stafford out of the gun. Has nowhere to go with it. Great coverage downfield by the Falcons. Stafford tries to buy time but gets sacked by Tack McKinley on the play. I'm telling you guys, Tag McKinley is relentless. He's able to split the double team right there and still has the athleticism to chase after Matthew Stafford. And once he gets him in his sights, it is game over. McKinley has been a beast so far on the D-line this season. So after taking the sack on second down, Stafford just dumps it off to Riddick there, and he pretty much goes nowhere after making the grab. So the defense does a great job at holding Detroit to 3. So after going 3 and out on our last series, let's see if the Falcons offense can get into gear on the next drive. Coming out, tossing it to Coleman off the left side, and after a decent pickup, he gets pushed out of bounds at the 27. Next play on 2nd and 3, Ryan takes the snap under center, tries to hit Mohamed Sanu on a slant, but cannot get it to him. The pass is broken up, incomplete. So facing the 3rd and short now, Ryan from the gun tries to rifle it into Julio Jones, but the pass is picked off. And I just got baited into throwing that, you guys. I thought the linebacker would run with the fullback, but instead he stayed with Julio. And we end up paying for it because on the same drive, Theo Riddick is able to punch it in for 7. And the Lions have fought all the way back in this one to take the lead with the second quarter getting underway. So now we've got to be a little bit more aggressive the next series. On 2nd and 4, Ryan drops back and hits Sanu on the out route, and that moves the chains up to the 48-yard line. Setting up 1st and 10, Ryan with the play fake, looking for Julio Jones, who makes the grab, turns it upfield, and takes it to the 34-yard line. So inside Lions territory now, Coleman gets the toss off the right side, turns the corner, and bullies his way ahead, picking up the extra first down yardage. That was a nice effort there. A couple plays later on 3rd and 10, Hooper makes the grab down the seam, and that's going to set up 1st and goal from the 9. Going with the sweep to Coleman, he has a lane, but it's going to be brought down at the 2-yard line. I thought that was a for sure touchdown there. But then on 2nd and goal, Coleman trying to punch it in goes nowhere on the play, and that brings up 3rd and goal from the 1. We hand it to him again, and he cannot punch it in. That was just stingy defense up front by the Lions. So we'll take 3 on the drive to tie up the score, but that was definitely a missed opportunity. Perhaps with better play calling or better execution, we probably could have punched it in. Now getting back on defense, Stafford with time in the pocket decides to dump it near the sideline to his tight end, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds just shy of the first down marker. Next play on 2nd and short, Riddick is stuffed behind the line of scrimmage by Vic Beasley. Someone forgot their blocking assignment up front because Vic was able to get into the backfield and bring down Riddick for a loss. Now, facing the 3rd and 4, Stafford takes the snap out of the gun, dumps it off quick to Ebron, but he can't make the catch, and with the drop, the Lions go 3 and out. So the offense takes the field once again. Matt Ryan comes out going with the play action, gets hurried out of the pocket, but cannot complete the pass downfield, and that pass was just way off target, you guys. I think that one just got away from him. Looking at a 2nd and 10 now after the incompletion, Ryan hands it to Coleman, and he explodes into the open field with one man to beat. He turns on the afterburners to the 30, the 20. He will not be caught. He is gone. So Tevin Coleman breaks off an 80-yard touchdown there to give us the lead, but on Detroit's following drive, they're right back in the red zone. Stafford completes it to Ebron, and he's going to take it up to the 5-yard line, setting up 1st and goal. He then takes the snap out of the gun, drops back, and then throws it underneath to Riddick. He makes the grab for maybe a 1 or 2 yard gain. Next play, 2nd and goal. Stafford from the gun, looking to go end zone, but the pass is broken up, intended for Jones Jr. on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and goal. Stafford with time in the pocket again, looking for Jones across the middle, but just like the play before, the pass was incomplete. So Detroit puts up another 3 points, cutting into our lead. So we're still going to have to play somewhat aggressive going into the second half. So on our first drive of the 3rd quarter, Ryan drops back looking for Julio Jones, and check out what happens, you guys. Julio Jones is down, and this is not looking good at all. Taking that huge hit across the middle of the field, he didn't even hesitate. He immediately went and grabbed that left ankle, and the worst part of it was as he left the field, he couldn't put any pressure on the ankle whatsoever, and unfortunately the diagnosis confirms what we've all feared. Julio Jones is going to miss a significant amount of time with a dislocated ankle. Now, as big a setback as that is, we've still got a game to play. So on 3rd and long, Ryan drops back and hits Mohamed Sanu and picks up the first down. That was a huge pickup by Agent 12. The next play, Ryan drops back looking for Sanu when he goes and makes the grab. Did you guys see the way he caught that? Mohamed Sanu laid out and did a fully extended dive to make that grab right there. And with Julio out, you've got to applaud the effort by Sanu on the last 2 catches. So then Coleman gets the carry on 1st and 10, is going to pick up 5 on the play. That's going to bring up 2nd and 5 from the 28. Ryan then takes a snap under center, throws complete to Taylor Gabriel, who turns it upfield and takes us to the 11-yard line. And then a couple plays later on 1st and goal, Hardy's in motion. Ryan with the snap from center fires into the end zone, complete to Mohamed Sanu for the touchdown. So once again, the next man up mentality shines through for this resilient Falcons team, because last week with the injury to Devontae Freeman and this week with Julio Jones, immediately following both injuries, the Falcons were able to respond and put points on the board. And that's something that we're going to need to do a lot more of as the season continues. Now, as you guys just saw there, our defense did another good job keeping the Lions out of the end zone, but they did manage to get a field goal out of that drive, and that makes it a 1-score game. So on our next drive, we just have to pound the rock and take care of it, and we should be able to get out of here with a W. As Tevin Coleman just got a nice gain on the ground there, setting up 2nd and 6. Coleman off the right side. This time he's going to take it up to the 38-yard line, setting up 1st and 10. He gets another carry on the following play and runs over a couple of Detroit defenders. That was a nice run because it eventually leads to a field goal that puts us back up 2 scores. Now on Detroit's next drive, they're backed all the way up to a 3rd and 19, looking for an open receiver downfield. Stafford stays in the pocket. I'm not sure how he's not sacked, but he finds a wide open Jones in the middle of the field, and that completion goes for a huge gain. And then on 1st and 10, Stafford looking for the end zone, dumps it underneath to Golden Tate, who's going to get tackled at the 1-yard line. A couple plays later on 3rd down, Stafford with the snap has decent pass pro up front and finds his receiver Jones in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. But it comes a little bit too late as the Falcons are able to hold on in this one and get out of here with a W. The final score is 27-22, and we improved to 3-0 on our season. But how long we can remain undefeated is a huge question mark, you guys, especially with the loss of Julio Jones. He's going to miss 8 weeks. So before I get you guys over to the game stats, I wanted you to take a look at what free agent wide receivers are available, because there is no doubt with this one, we're going to have to make a move. The receiver that I'm thinking about picking up is Kevin White. I could have sworn he was on the Bears, but maybe they cut him. I don't know. But I'm thinking we sign him because he's got really good speed, good catching, acceleration. CIT and spec catch are also nice, so he should definitely be our guy, I think. But as always, I can't wait to get to your comments about it. Go on ahead and let me know what your thoughts are. And if it's not Kevin White, then let me know what receiver I should try to trade for. And if it makes sense, of course, I'll make it happen. Anyways, you guys, that's my time. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm signing off, and I'll see you in the next one.